All right, hey everybody. This is me doing my second ASMR video. A couple people from after my first video asked me to do a second video, and it's been a while, and I was really kind of struggling with, what I would do for the second video, and I've been seeing a lot of recently on Facebook. I saw a lot of ads for sports cards, and I used to be a big collector of sports cards. And I remember probably the first time I ever knew I had some type of ASMR, even though I didn't know what it was called at the time, was when one of my friends, I went over to his house, and me and my brother were sitting there watching him count his card collection in a book just like this with these pages, and he would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And he would just do that over and over again, and I remember that's like the first time I felt some type of ASMR trigger, and years later learned what it was. So I figured I would take you guys through my card collection here, which is still a pretty cool hobby, and I think is making a little bit of a comeback. So I will show you a couple of my favorite cards, and hopefully this is relaxing. And once again, love any of your feedback, since I'm very new to this. So okay, so the first page here is mostly Randy Moss cards. I played football in high school, and Randy Moss was probably my favorite NFL player, and he was just such an exciting player. But you take a look at this card, it's a pretty cool card. I mean, Randy Moss, he was very fast, he could catch, he could jump, flashy player, and it's a pretty cool holographic card there. So looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Randy Moss cards here. This is a Chris Carter card from SPX. They were a very expensive card, but really nice quality. And then this is Dante Culpepper, who was a quarterback for the Vikings for a little bit. So pretty cool. Just a blank page there. Let's see what we have here. So this guy, Giovanni Carmazzi, he was a top draft pick, but he never really did anything in the NFL. Just kind of one of those quarterbacks who got drafted early on, and never really panned out. So a rookie card, but probably not worth anything. This is a pretty cool card I've had for a really long time. And Kevin Dyson, he was another wide receiver. It's a rookie card from Fleer called Fleer Brilliance. And I don't know why, I always liked this card for some reason. It's kind of plain, but kind of shiny. So I've always kept that card. A lot of people tried to trade me for it, and I always turned them down. So these are some college cards. Jamal Reynolds, Florida State. Chad Johnson, he went on to be a big NFL player. Deuce McAllister, that's his autograph there. A couple other college cards here. David Terrell, Kevin Barlow, Deuce McAllister again. So a lot of times college cards aren't really worth much money. It's not until they get to the pros where you find that their cards hold a lot of value. So another Dante Culpepper, Plaxico Burress. He's a good receiver. Who's this? Travis Taylor, who's on the Gators. And the reason I have a few Dante Culpepper cards is because my stepdad went to the same high school as Dante Culpepper. And Dante Culpepper's from Ocala, where my stepdad is from. And so they kind of know each other. And so I was able to get some pretty cool Dante Culpepper cards. But this is one of my favorite cards. And I think I got this from my friend John in high school. We traded for it. And this is Keyshawn Johnson, if you guys remember Keyshawn Johnson. That's pretty funny. His hologram changes faces right there. But this is from a set called SPX. And these were very expensive per pack. But you can see the cards are, cut out and really just unique looking. And I always liked this card. It's weird when you collect cards how some of them just stick out to you. And they just have a look. And I always liked the green in this card and just the balance that it has. So put that one back. I was a big basketball fan. Cuttino Mobley. Let's see here. Allen Houston used to play for the Knicks. He's a really good shooter. Keith Van Horn for the Nets. Jason Kidd, one of my favorite players. And then Upper Deck came out about in, I want to say, the late 90s, early 2000s. They started coming out with these cards. And these are where they started taking, pieces of the floor that the actual basketball players would play on, pieces of the court, and they would cut them up and put them into a card. And so this is Chris Webber. He's now a host, I think, on TNT for basketball. That's from Sacramento Kings. Kevin Garnett, back when he played on the Timberwolves. And then he went to Boston and won a championship. Anthony McDyess for the Nuggets. Tim Hardaway from the Miami Heat. This is not a court card, but this is kind of a cool card. And I always like the colors of this one, but this is Jamal Mashburn. And if you guys are my age, you probably remember Jamal Mashburn, but this is a piece of the floor in this cool teal color, and then a piece of his jersey. This is also one of my favorite cards. This is Peter Warrick. He was probably my favorite player at Florida State, even though he got caught for shoplifting during the national championship season, and he got his Heisman Trophy taken away. But or he probably would have won it that year, and I think he got disqualified. But he was just such an exciting player, and he went to the Bengals, and this is his rookie jersey. And he had a couple good seasons, but never really panned out. But Peter Warrick was one of my favorite players growing up in football. And then my absolute number one favorite was Vince Carter, and I collected a lot of Vince Carter cards. So this is a Vince Carter hardwood floor that he played on in Toronto. So I'll show you some more of my Vince Carter cards in a second. So Peyton Manning, this is his rookie card, so it's probably worth, I don't know, maybe $200. Emmitt Smith, he was a running back for the Florida Gators and then the Dallas Cowboys. Tiki Barber, Rich Gannon, Plaxico Burress. This is a rookie card here, a gold rookie. Marvin Harrison autograph. He's a great receiver. This card is pretty cool too. This card here has Alex Rodriguez jersey and Nomar Garcia Parra jersey on it. And both two really good shortstops for the Red Sox. And then Alex Rodriguez, he played for the Mariners when I really liked him before he got into steroids and all that other stuff. He was on that amazing team with Ken Griffey Jr. and Jay Buhner and Edgar Martinez and all those guys. So that's a pretty cool card there. I'll put that one back in a second. Sorry, my leg's kind of getting tired. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. So I was a big Mariners fan because I grew up in Florida and we really didn't have that much of a baseball team. And so I was a big Mariners fan, but this has got Katsuhiro Sasaki. And who is the other pitcher here? Looks like Aaron Sell, but that's got both of their jerseys on it. And then a pretty cool Ken Griffey Jr. Alex Rodriguez Double Trouble card. This is a Brian Urlacher rookie card. This is a Ricky Williams rookie card. Ricky Williams, kind of a unique story. You know, came into the league, was one of the best college running backs ever to play. And then just never really vibed in the NFL. I think he was maybe a little bit before his time. He, I think, smoked a lot of weed and just wanted to chill out. And that's back in the NFL where, you know, people didn't have the same mentality about marijuana as they do now. And I think he just got into a lot of trouble. So hopefully he's doing okay. But yeah, just some more autograph cards. Keyshawn Johnson again. Plaxico Burress. Who's that? Danny Farmer. Don't remember him. Don't think he made it very far. Lavernius Coles. He also went to Florida State. So those are all autograph cards. More autograph cards. This looks like Kenny Thomas, Cuttino Mobley, George Marison, Shane Battier, went to Duke, college autograph. A couple more NBA cards. Allen Iverson, he was one of my favorite players as well. And really just cool card here. I mean, you can kind of see like a little space marble looking background on that one. Lamar Odom rookie card. Stephen Marbury is one of my favorite. Oh man, this is sad. Kobe Bryant. This is not his rookie card, but this might be his second year. And Kobe Bryant passed away earlier this year, and I remember when he passed away, I got my cards out and I found this card because I knew I had it. But what a sad day that was. Kobe Bryant's such a good player, and man, R.I.P. Kobe. A couple other cards here. So this is kind of a unique story about this card. So in Tampa, where I lived, the Super Bowl was in Tampa, and Randy Moss was signing autographs one day. And I was waiting in line with my friend John, and I found this card on the ground, and it had already been signed by Randy Moss. And I couldn't find the person, and just ended up keeping it, and it's in pretty good condition. And I always kind of thought that was maybe a little bit meant to be. I feel bad for the kid or person who lost it, but I did look for him. But Randy Moss was my favorite player, and I ended up just finding this on the ground. near the Buck Stadium in Tampa. And so I've always held on to that card there. So this is the start of my Vince Carter collection. And I probably have, I don't know, 100 Vince Carter cards. I have an autographed jersey at my office, Vince Carter. This might be my favorite Vince Carter card, though. And it's cut in the shape of a jersey. If I can get it out of the plastic here. Come on. And just the colors are really cool. Always loved this card. Vince Carter, I mean, if you are young and watching this video and you didn't grow up watching Vince Carter, I encourage you to go look at YouTube videos of Vince Carter and his best dunks. He was probably, in my opinion, the greatest dunker of, all time in basketball. I mean, better than LeBron, at least in dunks, maybe not overall player, but just an absolute talent. And so it's kind of similar to that Allen Iverson card I showed you earlier. Same area. A lot of Vince Carter cards here. It's Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady. They're cousins, and they both grew up in Florida, and both great players. Vince had a longer, more successful NBA career, but when Tracy McGrady was in the league, he definitely dominated. He was a great player. A lot of Vince Carter cards. I've always loved this card too. This is probably one of my favorite dunks I ever saw Vince do, was the between the legs. And just really cool. This is Vince Carter when he went to North Carolina. So a lot of good basketball players went to North Carolina. But I'm pretty sure I've got a couple Vince rookie cards. This is a Vince Carter rookie card. I might need to look this one up and see how much this is worth, but unfortunately I've damaged this card a little bit. So now the big deal is you need to get these cards graded. And if you look at the very top of this card, you can see the little white marks. And that is a sign of wear. And if I was to get this card graded, they would ding me, no pun intended, for having the wear on the top. It still might get a pretty good grading, but just kind of a shame I damaged this one a little bit, so we'll set this one off to the side. Let's see here, more Vince Carter. That's a cool card, SPX, Vince Carter. Another SPX, Upper Deck. More Vince Carter cards. Oh, look, that's pretty cool. I've got another rookie card here. So this one actually looks like it's in a little bit better condition. So I'll have to look up how much those are going for, and maybe try and sell one of them and buy some new cards or something. It's a Vince Carter autograph. More Vince Carter. This is the certificate of authenticity for the jersey that I got. So let's move this over here a little bit. Okay, so a couple other basketball cards. Nothing really too exciting there. This actually might be pretty cool. This is an Allen Iverson rookie card, so that could be worth some money right there. Allen Iverson, he was the truth. And he was a great player too. Then you've got Mike Miller jersey card. Tracy McGrady, another Tracy McGrady card. So Michael Jordan card up here when he played for the Wizards. If you guys remember Michael Jordan, he retired and then he came back and he played for the Wizards for a little while. And this card is called Upper Deck Honor Roll. So it's pretty cool. Another Michael Jordan card, David Robinson, another Michael Jordan, Derrick Rose. I think I was maybe at one time trying to collect this entire set, and that's why I have all these. Normally, I was the type of card collector who I would collect certain players. So some card collectors really went for entire sets like this. So they would try and find, if you look on the back of the cards, like this one is numbered number 7. And then this one up here, the Shaquille O'Neal, is number 38. And some collectors try and get the entire set because if you have the entire set, it's worth more money. But I always felt like my money was a little bit better used as a kid, especially since I was mowing lawns and, you know, getting maybe a small couple dollar allowance, that my money was more well spent on the actual players that I liked versus players that I didn't really know that well. So maybe I was trying to collect the whole set at one point and just stopped. But let's see what else we got here. Some more of the same cards. If you guys hear my dogs barking in the background, I'm sorry. So David Robinson, he's a very good player, Hall of Fame player. Scottie Pippen, John Stockton, another Hall of Fame player. Here's a couple more Randy Moss cards. Topps Gold Label, SP Authentic. More of the hardwood floor cards I was telling you about. So I guess I was really into those. Jerry Stackhouse. So it's pretty cool. Let's see what else we got here. There's a Steve Francis rookie card. It's probably not worth much. He kind of fiddled out a little bit. This is a cool page actually here. Couple cool cards here. So this is Tim Duncan. This is a rookie card. And this is a Shaquille O'Neal rookie card from Topps Stadium Club. And then that's a Shaquille O'Neal rookie card. So might need to look those up and see what those are going for. Some of my favorite cards here. This is a SPX card made by Upper Deck, Kevin Garnett, and it's a gold one, so it's a special card, limited edition. And then this Randy Moss jersey card is one of my favorite cards. So another Steve Francis card. This is a Greg Maddux rookie card, so that could be worth some money there, depending the condition it's in. Looks like it's bent. And then these cards here are really old, and these are because my dad was the one who got me into card collecting, and these are my dad's old cards. From these cards right here are from 1958. These are Topps, and so this is Gil Hodges, old Dodgers baseball player. But I mean, you can just tell how old these are, and now they're, you know, over 70 years old. So my dad, he passed his card collection on to me, and Robin Roberts is a very good pitcher for the Phillies. My dad was a big Pirates fan. He was a big Yankees fan. So here's a Michael Jordan baseball card. Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire both did steroids and broke a lot of the home run records back in the, I think it was the late 90s. And then Brett Boone, Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey was one of my favorite players too. I don't have a lot of his cards, but he's definitely one of my favorite players. And then Derek Jeter.